This is
Jim Scroggs.
Dr. Jim Scroggs. And this is my senior design interview. What was it that first led you to want to be in computers?
Summer job in Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas, working for
IBM.
IBM. All right.
Yeah.
What did you do for them?
I was what they call an applied science representative.
Okay. All right.
Talked to people at Texaco and golly, where else? 2 or 3 other places.
Okay.
That I had projects going with.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I designed a problem for them to allow them to pump out the offshore network of wells.
Oh wow.
And well, this was a matter of really well, I never have written this up. I should have.
Okay.
But they had an offshore gathering unit that was out of Louisiana.
Okay.
And Texaco had to decide how much time it would take for them to pump this system out.
Oh wow.
And I helped them design that so that
Yeah.
they would be able to do that.
That's great. What was your college degree in?
Mathematics.
Mathematics?
Uh-huh.
And this job is what led you to computers?
Yeah. I graduated here in 1959.
Oh, from the U of A?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. How hard of a transition was it from mathematics to computers?
It was sort of natural, really.
Sort of natural?
Yeah, I didn't have any problem at all. As a matter of fact, the way I got my summer job, I went into the people at IBM in Houston,
Mm-hmm.
and just told them I'd like to have a summer job. They said, well, we never ever hire anybody in the summer.
Just for the summer?
So I said, well, I've had 4 years experience in Humboldt and Refining Company,
Mm-hmm.
so I know a little bit about the oil business, and I thought maybe that I could be of some help.
Yeah.
And this young lady that was the personnel director at Houston talked to me and said, well, you know, I don't know anything about this because we never ever hired anybody in the summertime like this before.
Oh wow.
But I'll have a man in here. It was about 2 months in advance of that he'd like to talk to you and see if there's something we can do with you. And so Jack Alleen, who is a senior applied science rep at at IBM, asked me to come in at a certain time, and I came in and talked to him, and he said, we'll hire you.
That's great. That's great.
So he said, you can work for us in the summertime, and but at the end of the summer, Jack came to me and said, well, you're one of the few people that we've ever hired in the summertime that's made money for us. So he said, we'd like for you to come back next summer.
Wow.
So I worked for him for 3 summers in a row.
Oh wow.
And learned about computing from directly from them.
Yeah.
They we we did some computing that probably you would not think we could do on an old IBM 604.
Oh wow.
Which had 32 digits of internal storage.
Oh my gosh.
And we did some well, it was really detailing where a drilled hole was at the time. I mean, at certain stages, all the way through until we got the bottom.
Oh wow.
And that required, really, it was really a triangulation problem. You start at the hole where it's in the hole in the ground, and then we had readings to tell us the direction that the hole was going at every 200 feet, I believe.
Oh, wow.
And then we calculate at each station where the hole was.
Okay.
And at the end of it, we could tell you where the wheel, where they end up drilling to. So now the curious thing about that job was that this was done for, I guess it was a branch of Sun. And they were, at that time, they were a subsidiary of a competitor for IBM. In fact, a competitor in the sense that they made a machine that was competing directly with the IBM 650, which is what we had. Yeah. They when the paperwork hit the top, the guy that was in charge of that sort of thing at Houston got chewed out because they told him, "What the hell are you doing contracting with these people? Yeah. IBM does the same thing we do and can do exactly the same thing that you have asked them to do."
That's great.
And so, anyway, we ended up doing a survey for them, and by the way, this, I don't know whether it's worth noting or not, but we ended up, Humble ended up by taking the information that I'd given them as far as the direction of drilling is concerned, and they relocated located a new well on the basis of this calculation. Now, I don't know whether that well produced or not, but I just knew about the beginning of it.
Yeah. I noticed online that you were the first chairperson of the MAA for the Arkansas-Oklahoma Joint Council. What were those meetings like? What did you do, just in general?
Oh, in general, some might say light research that it would not be stuff that would be publishable probably, but they every year, we used to, and I think they still do, meet at the end of March.
Okay.
And papers were presented on various things, anything from computing to some mathematical research.
Oh wow. Okay.
And but that is, I don't think they met this year. I don't know what happened, but I didn't get a notice at least.
Yeah. Okay. When did you get started with them?
Oh, well, in 1957 when I came here to teach mathematics.
Okay. All right. And you were a professor at the university for how many years?
Well, I guess in all about 25 years.
25 years. Wow. That's
I retired in 1990.
1990.
And I started in 1957. So.
Oh wow. All right. What kind of advancements did you get to personally encounter from when you started in computers to, I guess, when you were teaching, just the different types of computers and all that kind of stuff? What do you think was the biggest advancement, the best part about it?
Well, the computer that we installed in 1962, I guess it was an IBM 650. It had 2,000 words of internal storage.
Oh my gosh.
You had to read off of a drum that was in the machine, and it spun at a pretty high number of RPM.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
But we did a lot of computing with that.
A lot of computing with that. Pretty slow computing.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Arkansas Academy of Computing was chartered in April of 2006. What have you done for the Arkansas Academy of Computing? Just like in relationship with the university and like their plans for growth, since they're fairly...
Well, I guess I haven't done much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's fine.
We got started off with the IBM 650 in 1962, and it was the computer around here for a long time.
Okay.
And I guess that pretty well says it. It was the computer.
The computer.
And now I shouldn't praise it too highly, because the AGRI people also started computing about that time with a GS 650, GS 15. And GS 15 was, who was it manufactured by? Anyway, it was a very good little machine, but you had to work with it quite a bit to get things out of it.
Yeah.
And when we were trying to get the 650 in here, I worked with the people over in animal industry, and they were, or animal husbandry, I guess it is, and they were using a GS15 to do some good computing.
Okay. Where did you go after working for IBM?
That's when I came to the University of Arkansas.
University of Arkansas
Yeah.
to teach. What courses did you teach?
Well, I taught well, I guess I should mention that at University of Texas, I also taught computing there.
Oh, okay.
And we taught the Fortran, golly, Fortran 4, I guess it was.
Okay.
And also I taught a course at University of Texas and here on machine language.
Oh, all right.
So we really started out with machine language and
Mm-hmm.
then went on to more different, more languages.
Mm-hmm.
And when we started with the IBM 650, we had what was that language called? Well, we got into Fortran,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't really, the 650 wasn't set up to do Fortran very well. The language that we learned on the 650 was SOAP.
SOAP?
Yeah, Symbolic Optimal Assembly Program.
Okay. Was there a big difference between teaching at Texas and teaching at the University of Arkansas?
No.
No, just same material, different place.
Right.
That's great. When you were working for IBM, did you get to do a lot of traveling? I mean, you mentioned Louisiana and a little bit of Houston, but
Yeah, that was mainly it.
that was mainly it.
Yeah, well, also, of course, when I was working for IBM, I was sent to Endicott for a program that they had,
Mm-hmm.
but I did visit Endicott and what was the other place up in New York? Anyway, another place that they had for teaching up there, but that was about all the traveling I did.
Yeah. What is Endicott? I've never heard of.
That's the upstate New York, one of the places where they've got a big plant
Oh, okay.
at Endicott,
Okay.
and their research is mainly at Endicott and Owego.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And did you do the same kind of thing up there with the drilling and?
Well, no, up there I was really just learning something about the computer, about 650, for example. That was mainly my the thing that they were teaching me there was
Right.
about the 650.
Okay. To someone in my situation about to graduate from college, what would your suggestion be toward graduate school or jobs? Would you suggest going straight into graduate school or looking around and finding a job that might suit what I want to do and then going back to school later, or what would your suggestion be?
Hadn't thought of that. I don't know. I think that probably I'd if you get in with IBM,
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd go to work for them.
All right. What did you do before IBM? Was it straight from college to working for them?
Well, yeah, I worked for them in the summertime while I was working.
While you were attending college.
While I was working on a PhD at Rice.
Okay. That's great. And your PhD was also in mathematics?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What did you go to the university? You said?
University of Arkansas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Graduated in '49.
49.
and got my PhD in '57 at Rice.
Yeah. Let's see. Do you have any predictions for the future of computers? There's a lot of talk of nanotechnology, and them getting to the size where you can enter them into the bloodstream and that kind of thing. Do you think that's feasible? Or I know that has a lot to do with quantum mathematics and.
Yeah, I think the term these days is nanobots. Yeah.
Yeah.
All I know about that is a little bit I've read in Scientific American.
You and me both. What was your favorite part of your job working for IBM?
Learning the language.
Learning the language.
That I needed to operate a machine.
Mm-hmm.
We had Fortran was very prominent and mainly used on the big machines, 704, 706, 708,
okay.
So I'd say that was the main thing, was learning a language.
Okay.
It was.
Let's see. So working on your PhD, when you got out of your PhD is when you came up here?
Well, when I got my PhD, I started teaching at the University of Arkansas in 1959, I guess. And but then the way the Texas got into this, I had some good friends at the University of Texas, and when I went to work at the University of Arkansas, the first year I lost $700. I mean, I had $700 saved up, and I spent that by the time I had finished the first year.
Yeah.
I wrote my friend, Bill Guy at the University of Texas, and said, I'd like a job. And he said, come on down. So I went down and taught 2 years at the University of Texas.
Okay. All right. Same courses down there?
Yeah.
Machine language, that kind of stuff. What would you like to be remembered about the past of computers? If you could pass on any little bit of knowledge to the future generations of computers, because a lot of us haven't had to go through machine language classes anymore. We get down as far as assembly language, but below that. So what little piece of history would you like to be remembered?
Well, I guess I'd like for the future generations to learn a little bit of machine language, and so that they understand where this stuff goes.
The roots of it, where it came from.
Yeah.
When did you meet your wife?
20 years ago.
20 years ago?
21 or 2.
21 or 2?
Yeah.
So it was while you were working at the university?
Yeah.
Okay. Was she also a professor there?
No. Well, yeah, she was, but she was a professor in social work.
Oh, okay.
And Yeah, I got introduced to her by a good friend, Bill Orton, who is long since deceased. Was he and I overlapped considerably at the University of Arkansas. He was here when I came here.
Oh, okay.
And
what about the beginning of your college? When you first came into college, did you know all along you wanted to do mathematics, or was it?
Well, I guess, yeah, I guess in the first semester I decided I was going to major in mathematics. And
did you know even then that you were going to wind up working in computers, or was it?
No. Computers didn't hardly exist when I first.
Oh, really?
When I first got my degree.
They were still the room size.
Yeah.
Punch cards. Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't really get into mathematics until I worked in the PhD at Rice. University of Arkansas, it was still pretty elementary stuff.
Yeah. Was working with IBM your first interactions with computers at all?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. And so then it really was the learning experience along with the job.
Right.
Okay. What was the hardest part about it?
I'd say I guess learning the languages and learning how to program a computer was the hardest part.
And you said that Fortran was your main computer language to learn?
Well, my main language to learn was SOAP.
Oh, it was SOAP, that's right.
Because that was the language for IBM for the 650.
What would you compare SOAP to? What other computer language, if anything?
Well, it was just a little bit more elementary than Fortran.
Right. Okay. All right. I noticed that you visited a lot of other countries from decor and whatnot. What was your favorite place that you've ever visited?
I don't know, I guess India.
India? What did you like about it?
Well, I was teaching a course in functional analysis at Jadavpur University, which is one of the state support institutions at what the hell's the name of the town? Calcutta.
Oh, okay.
And I taught. I only taught there one summer, but it was an interesting experience.
That's great. How many different countries have you visited?
Well, I guess India and China mainly. And well, I visited Mexico a couple of times also.
That's neat. What did you do over in China? Was it still school related, or?
No, it was just
a nice vacation.
Yeah, a nice vacation. As a matter of fact, it was sponsored by the University of Arkansas. Golly, he's still here. The Chinese guy that Makes me mad. I can't remember his name.
Oh, that's fine. Take your time.
But his wife's name is Sonia.
Oh, okay.
She teaches in animal industry, I guess, animal husbandry. I think that's the area that she's interested in, but he was a native of China and came to this country, and
Is he a professor in computer engineering, or?
No, he's just a professor of Chinese history.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, he directed the tour. We took a 5-week tour in China.
Oh, wow.
And he was the head muckety-muck.
Mm-hmm. That's great. You taught over in India, did you say? You were teaching when you were there?
Yeah.
How long were you there for?
Just 6 weeks.
Just 6 weeks.
Summer session.
Summer session. That sounds great. What was your favorite class in college?
Well, I guess functional analysis.
Functional analysis?
Yeah.
I don't think I have to take that one.
No.
I'm glad to hear it too.
That's a graduate level stuff.
Oh, all right. One of the graduate courses that I'm taking right now is network security. Have you had to do any work with computer networking or securing, keeping information safe on computers or anything?
No, I haven't. I've read a little bit about it, but that's all.
Okay.
And in fact, I've got a book in there in my bookcase about what's the right word? Anyways, security in computing.
Mm-hmm. Encryption and decryption.
Right.
Okay.
But it's in my bookcase, but I haven't read it.
But you haven't read it yet. I've got a couple like that. Do you have any kids?
Yeah, got 2 boys and a girl.
2 boys and a girl.
And Jane has a boy and a girl.
Oh, all right.
The girl lives right up here. Her daughter lives right in this house up here.
Oh, okay.
And but my boy, I've got a boy that teaches at North Carolina State, Raleigh, well, his appointment's in the mathematics department, but he really started out as a numerical analyst.
Mm-hmm. So you've passed your mathematical roots on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've got another son that's an industrial engineer in Washington, D.C.
Oh, wow.
His well, not only did he get a degree in industrial engineering, which I used to kid him about, asking why he didn't decide to be a real engineer.
That's great.
And
do you know if they have any plans of kind of inheriting the computer?
No, I guess that the nearest to that would be my son that's at Raleigh, North Carolina, because he does some pretty good computing.
Oh yeah.
But the other son that is an industrial engineer, I guess he's he hasn't gone to the mathematics as much as my son did, and I have.
Yeah. Do you have any other relatives in computers, brothers or sisters?
No.
No. How long have you lived in Arkansas? You said you were from here.
Yeah. Well, I taught at the university for 25 years, and I guess that's all. I haven't done anything outside of starting I guess I started the master's degree in computer science, but.
How long did you live in Jackson? Was that your whole childhood? And then you came here for school as an undergraduate?
Yeah, Jacksonville was
Jacksonville, that's right.
Where I grew up.
Okay. What year did you graduate high school?
Let's see. 43, I guess.
43.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was really the very beginning of computing as a whole. How much time did it take you doing your PhD? And working, of course.
I guess that was 3 years.
3 years. It's not bad. That's a very quick PhD.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, I think that about does it for us. Thank you very much,
Oh,
Dr.
you're certainly
Scroggs.
welcome.